Sophia, let me start off by saying that I know you don't see yourself as a jewelry designer, but truth be told, that's exactly what you are. And life can take us on a series of unexpected twists and turns that take us out of our craft for a period of time. But honestly, that doesn't change the fact that we are still creators at our core. So I just had to get that out of the way in case there's some hesitation with what I want to ask you. Now, my friend, designer of Sophia Sunpower Designs, I want to get your take on statement jewelry. You have made a number of statement pieces. Your fist power ring is a piece that I own, and I have cherished that ring for a number of years now. And every single time I wear it, I feel the way I think Wonder Woman must feel, as though I can conquer anything that comes before me. Now, if that's what I'm feeling, you know that's a pretty powerful ring. And some fashion historians, they credit Coco Chanel for making the whole concept of costume jewelry popular, even though these jewels were being crafted long before she began creating her own pieces. What is it that makes statement or costume jewelry appealing for women? I mean, what kinds of stories can be found in statement pieces that might not be so apparent with more simple and classic jewels? And as a designer, what is your thought process in designing these pieces, these statement pieces, and how much of yourself and your own experiences do you put into your work? I miss you, Sophia. Please come back to New York soon so that all the people who miss you can see you. Thank you for doing this.
Please hold my life living for you.
Thank you, Helen, for your interesting questions and also giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts here. I can only share what I know. So when you say custom jewelry, I think of fashion jewelry, which reflects the contemporary style of different time or culture. Usually they are not using precious materials, but high-end custom jewelry could be as pricey as like fine jewelry, because people are probably buying the creativity or the brand image, whether it is costume or branded, bridge, handmade, designer jewelry. As a designer, you can use any of these as a media to express your mind, or as a way to hold a dialogue with people who resonate with you. When this happens, it becomes an art, which means much more than just a fashion decoration outwardly, but because it talks, it says something about you inside. It is special also because it has the power to impact the heart, the inward value sometimes being ignored.
I put off my old, you put on my new.
So now let's talk about the power fist ring. I certainly remember you, Helen, named this piece. You gave this name to it. And she was actually the firstborn out of all my jewelry. There is definitely a story behind that I can share. And it was born in a very challenging time of mine. It all started at a wax carving class that I was taking in Fashion Institute of Technology, New York. The assignment was to create a dome ring, but what comes off my hand is this fist ring. I remember that period of time I was dealing with some serious insomnia and depression. I probably had already left my full-time job as a designer. While designing jewelry had become such a mechanical job, just repeating the same thing over and over, I also started getting a sense that I was forgetting my own style, which is scary. And without knowing what might come up next, I found myself carving this fist ring, telling myself, Sophia, just hold on to your faith, don't give up. Yes, there are always a lot of unexpected twists and turns in our lives, but I made this power fist ring to encourage myself and hopefully others who has the struggles in their lives. I'm so glad, Helen, that when you are wearing this power fist ring, you feel like Wonder Woman. Seems like you can conquer everything. So I believe everyone could have their own story or two with this power fist ring.
I was doomed at all to try to be good. No good.
Well, fine jewelry, you think of precious stone, diamonds, or precious materials, since usually the beauty of the material itself has become the statement, so designer might just want to retain it and make things elegant instead of telling their personal story with it. So to me, it's just different type of people will go for different type of jewelry, and whichever makes you happy and goes with your personal value system, it's fine.
Person that I know I cannot do it on my own.
If I'm designing for a company or other brands, my first priority would be making it look pretty and also somewhat fresh in the market and sellable if I want to keep my job. But when I'm designing my own jewelry, I have more leverage to express myself. It has to be something I want to wear, which shows my identity, and it has to be original, and it talks. When I need a word of encouragement, it talks like to get me going. The value would be in it inwardly, being alive and being positive. Just like you, Helene, you are the most energetic person I've ever met. So empowerment is the purpose of me making jewelry. Thank you, Helene, for putting me on one of your empty hangers. And I miss you so much also. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in one of those delis that we used to go in Times Square, that usually we hang out after the choir rehearsals. And I know this will happen because I'm going to speak to my power fist ring and say, hold on to this faith. So I will see you soon, and God bless. Love you. Bye bye.
To reflect your light, your love, your spirit.